Hey everybody, Vincent Pleasant back again from Pleasant Woodworks. Today is going to be, I guess, my first official project for the CNC machine, and I gotta tell you, I can't wait to get it done. For the first project, what I need to do, I want to get to something else first, but what I need to do is I gotta get these drawers organized. I made a set of 4 drawers for the bench for the CNC, and it's getting quite convoluted. I'll put a video or something somewhere on what exactly I'm talking about, but I got to get this stuff organized. It's driving me nuts trying to find things when I need to. So we're going to make some drawer inserts to go inside the drawers to help keep things organized. So to start with, I'm going to try to get this software to work so I can record my screen, but I'm going to go over how I designed it, the tool paths and everything, and then we're going to get to cutting. So sit back and relax and enjoy. Alright, so to start with the basic design and tool paths that I use, I'm just going to open up the file here and go ahead and turn off these tool paths real quick. But the basic design that I used, I just made some squares. These squares, undo that. These squares here are 4.5 inches wide and 0.85 top to bottom. All the rest of these are 4.5 inches wide and 3/4 inches top to bottom, which is what these are here. I made some text down here to order the bits that I'm going to use. I'm going to do that prior to each project. Just kind of lay them out so I don't have to be looking for them while I'm in between tool changes. These 3 here, I use the shaper trace to trace them out and get everything as close to the tools that I'm using. One thing I did have to do, if you click on these and just hit our N button, I did have to adjust the nodes on these wrenches and had to pull them out a little bit and change the angles of the curves like this. But I did have to do that and did a couple test cuts, drew some circles around each of these and welded them together so I can get my fingers in to get these right here. And then these here are to hold my collets here. To go over the tool paths, we'll click here. I did some pockets. All of these are cut to 0.5 inches deep, and this is just a personal preference. I use a 1/4 inch upcut bit to do all of my roughing, and then a final pass along the borders of each one with my 1/8 inch bit, just to clean up the top of the surface from the upcut bit there. And then you'll just hit calculate, and the second tool path are for these tools here. These aren't as deep. These are just 0.375 inches deep. I did use the same 2 bits, the 1/4 inch upcut bit and the 1/8 inch downtown Jenny for these. And when you do these, the tool pass, initially this one here will be like that. And if you leave it like this, you'll do a 1/4 inch bit, 1/8 inch bit, 1/4 inch bit, 1/8 inch bit. Instead of doing that, just put them all your clears together so you don't have to do an extra tool change. And then finally,
with these right here, my wording, I just did a V-carve with no flat depth. Use my 90-degree Groovy Jenny and just hit calculate, and it'll calculate all of these. To preview it, you just come here, preview all toolpaths, and that's roughly what it looks like. In the second drawer, we'll open up the second drawer insert. These are to hold my screws for the threaded inserts. These 4 here are for my dog holes. This one here is the wrench used for these inserts. This square is for my tape measure. This area here is for my box cutter to cut my double-sided tape when I use it. And this large area here is to hold my 3D clamps. And to go over toolpaths real quick, again using the 2 bits, the 1/4 inch bit and the 1/8 inch downtown Jenny. For all of these here, they're all cut to a 1/2 inch. And then this here isn't as deep. That's a 1/4 inch deep here, just to hold, like I say, the wrench for these threaded inserts. They don't need to be so deep. So then one thing I will say, just go back to the first one. This is just personal preference that I did for just for looks and more functionally for these right here, is I did use that 1/8 inch bit. And because of that, when you look at the times, to do the first pocket, which is all of these squares and these squares here, with that 1/8 inch bit, it's roughly an hour. It's not necessary. You don't have to do that. Just personal preference for me. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. But I would recommend using that 1/8 inch bit on the second pocket, mainly for these areas here on the wrenches, here. If you're pretty loose drawing using the shaper trace, if you decide to use that, and just don't hug the wrenches and everything so tightly with the pin, you don't have to do the 1/4 inch. But one thing I will say, regardless if you try to use the 1/4 inch bit or the 1/4 inch with 1/8 inch combo, do some testing. I did some test carves on these just to make sure they fit beforehand. So with all of that being done, I'm just gonna save it. I use my tool setter, so I don't have to save all my files, all my vectors in toolpaths to individual files. I can save them all in one file. Make sure we click all of our toolpaths, and then you just hit save toolpaths and save them to wherever you're going to save them. I did all this stuff on my laptop, which is in the garage with the CNC. I just do my editing and I guess demos on the desktop in the living room. So once all those are sent over to the Masso, we will get everything loaded up, set up, and get these drawers cut out. All right, so with our toolpaths and design all done, all I got left now is to use the probe. I already sent the program to the machine. Now we just gotta use our XYZ probe and then load the program and it'll be ready to go. See how this turns out. I'm tired of this mess.
Alright everybody, so the 2 drawer inserts are done. Thank God that cluttered mess is gone. I don't consider myself OCD, but there's just some things that bother me, and a cluttered drawer, that's one of them. But it's done. I can breathe easy and find things when I need to find them relatively quickly. But thank you all for watching. If you feel so kind to do so, feel free to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and click the little bell icon so that you'll be notified when I upload new content. And if you find this video enjoyable, you hate it, you don't like it, you love it, feel free to drop a comment down below. I do my best to reply to every comment that I can, or that I at least see, and I appreciate all of the interaction and comments. But again, my name is Vincent Pleasant. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you next time.